Hey guys, I can't sleep, so I decided to do the second part of my console collection, and today we're looking at the Sega Genesis. This came out in 1989 at a retail price of $190. And what most people seem to think about is that it was made as a competitor to the Super Nintendo, which it is not true at all. This is actually made as a competitor to the TurboGrafx 16, which was pretty big in Japan at the time. But yeah, let's take a look at the console. Okay, so you have a headphone jack there, 2 controller ports, and this is a Model 1 Sega Genesis, and what makes a Model 1 unique is that it has a volume slider here. Of course, there's a reset button, on and off switch, power LED in the middle there. On the back, you have AC adapter, AV out, an RF out for RF switches, and channel selection. And also on the side here, you see this little bulge. Take this off. This is actually a kind of an expansion port that was used with the Sega CD. The Sega CD was an add-on for this that enabled you to play CD-ROMs. You could play like music CDs as well as the games. This allowed for more content, better music in games. But ultimately, the Sega CD didn't really do very well. Another add-on for this was the 32X, which was kind of a bulky, kind of a mushroom-shaped thing that just went into the cartridge slot, and there were a bunch of I used to have one. There were a bunch of cords that you had to hook up to it as well, and it had its own power brick with it too. So it just made the whole system really bulky, and it didn't really sell well either. Taking a look at the controller, I personally think the Sega Genesis controller is one of the best game controllers ever made. The D-pad is one of my favorites. It just feels really solid. And just the overall shape, like on the back here you have this little groove. It really fits in your hands quite well, and the buttons are bigger than you know on most controllers. They're definitely bigger than NES and Super Nintendo. Of course, you have this nice start button there. I just really love this controller. But that's it for the Sega Genesis. Thanks, guys.